Hey guys, this week I had a conversation with a good friend of mine who actually happens to also be an ESL teacher. She was telling me about one of her classes and how her students were learning so much English vocabulary and English grammar rules. But there's a problem. You see, she told me that even though the students are learning lots of English vocabulary and learning lots of English grammar rules, they are still not able to speak English. They're not able to formulate good sentences. They're not able to hold a conversation. Maybe you have experienced the same thing in your English learning journey. Well, if you have, this lesson is for you. Because in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you 3 steps to help you easily speak English fast and about any topic. I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. All right, guys, here's the formula, the 3 steps that we're going to use for today. 1, 3, 1. Now, I want you to imagine different situations. Let's say, for example, you have to speak about your job or your work, or maybe studies or education, or even music or relationships, or even goals. So your question probably is, how can you use this formula 131 to actually speak easily about all of these topics? Well, first we have to look at what the number 1 actually represents. You see, the first step in this process is right here. The first step is to actually give the background or basic description. What you're going to do is give general facts or a basic description that is commonly or widely known. So again, going back to our topics, we have job or work. Well, you want to start off by doing this. No matter where you go in the world, you will always find a teacher. That is because teachers have the job of teaching information necessary for life. So you see what I just did. I literally just gave basic information or background information using facts about teachers because I'm a teacher. That's my job. Remember, this is the first step in being able to speak English fast. Just give background information. Now, what if we switch the topic? Let's say, for example, we go back and we're talking about studying or education. Well, you can say, I am currently studying computer graphics, which is a very popular major at my university. Again, basic background information. Or let's say you're speaking about music. You can say, there are many different types of music. Now, I want to pause real quick. You see, sometimes as an English learner, you think that fluency or speaking English requires you to speak for a long period of time. Well, in actuality, English fluency or speaking English is really about being able to organize your thoughts and get your point across in a clear way. So I purposely wrote a shorter portion for the music. It's just 1 sentence. There are different types of music. Very simple, but again, a fact about music. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Here we go. Now, let's say we're talking about the topic of relationships. You could say, a relationship is defined as the way in which 2 or more people or groups regard and behave toward each other. Now, in this example, I just gave the definition of relationships, okay? So you can choose that as well. For the first step, for number 1, all you're doing is giving the basic or background description or information, okay? Now, again, looking at another topic, what if we have this topic, goals? Well, for goals, you can say, my current goal is to travel around the world for a full year. Well, that can work because I'm describing a fact. I'm giving you a fact about my personal goal, okay? All right, so again, the first step, background information or basic description, okay? Now, guys, if you guys want to study with me every day, just really quick, many of you are already following me on Instagram. But guys, I want you to remember that I'm going to show you on the screen right now. You can follow me on Instagram at Speak English with Tiffani, and I have lessons every day of the week. So if you want to keep studying with me, you can follow me on Instagram, okay? All right, now we're going to move on to the second step, okay? The second step. Now, the second step is 3 key features or details. That is why I said the number 3 before. So first, you want to tell the first feature or detail. Then you want to tell the second feature or detail. And finally, tell the third feature or detail. So you'll see what's happening. Again, remember the first step was what? To give the background or basic information or description. Now the second step is to give 3 key features or details, okay? All right, so let's jump back to our example topics and see how this will look, okay? So if we go back to our example topics and we apply step 2, this is what we get. Speaking about my job or my work, I can say, teachers need to be able to learn a vast amount of information, then break down the information into smaller parts, and finally be able to convey that information to students. Now, I want to explain some vocabulary words to you guys really quickly. Now, I said one word, vast, V-A-S-T. One more time, vast. Now, vast just means large in size or many in amount. So a large amount, okay? All right, so we say vast in English. And in my example, I said a vast amount of information. So you guys can use that pattern. A vast amount of ... You know what? You guys can try it and put a sentence in the comment section and I'll check it for you to see if you used it properly, okay? A vast amount of ... Now, the second word I said that maybe you don't know is actually convey. Have you heard that word before? One more time. Convey. Let me show it to you again, okay, guys? Now, it was in the last sentence, the last part of the sentence. I said, finally be able to convey that information to students. All right, so convey, the easiest way to understand it is to present or to explain, right? To present or explain the information to the students, okay? All right, so again, so we applied step 2 for job or work. Now, what about this one for study and education? Well, we can say 3 key details that I must understand about computer graphics are that it requires an extensive understanding of various math concepts, multiple art genres, and modern technology. Again, all I did was give 3 key features or details related to the topic. You see, we're following the same steps even though the topic changed, right? Okay, let's keep going. I want to give you guys more examples, okay? Next, we have music. Well, we can say, some people use music as a way to release stress. Some people use music as a way to express themselves artistically. And other people simply use music as a way to spend time and communicate with others. Again, guys, all I did was give more details, specifically 3 details related to the topic of music. Now, as you're following along, guys, I want you to remember that I also have a PDF. I'm going to show it to you guys right now. This PDF will be available, so you guys can just follow along with the lesson and then after download the free, totally free PDF. The link is in the description, okay? Click the link and you can download the PDF free of charge. I really just want to help you guys, okay? All right, so going back now to our examples. Here we go. Now the next topic, again, relationships. So we can say there are 4 basic types of relationships. The first one is the family relationship. Then there are friendships. Next, there are casual relationships. Finally, there are romantic relationships. Now, I hope you guys are recognizing kind of what's happening. You see, with English fluency and speaking English fast, it's all about conveying or presenting information to the person listening to you. But you can't just give your opinion. You need to support your opinion with facts, then 3 details or features, and then your opinion. So you see, I'm actually building up just like we are doing with the relationship topic. I'm giving facts and truths or details related to the topic, okay? All right, now moving on, we're gonna look at now the final one, goals, okay? So we can say, in order to accomplish this goal, I need to do some research about which countries to go to, what equipment I will need, and also which places are safe to stay in as a solo female traveler. So again, even though I'm speaking about my personal goals, I'm giving facts related to what I have to do before I leave. These are necessities, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do is move on to step number 3, okay? Now, step number 3 is where you actually give your opinion about the topic. So, give your general opinion about the topic being discussed. So, once again, the 3 easy steps. First, you give the basic or background description. Second, you give 3 features or details. And third, you give your opinion. These are the steps that will make you sound fluent and they will help you speak English fast. Just remember, 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right, now let's go back to our topics and see how we give our opinion for each. Okay? So, job or work. We can say, so in my opinion, a teacher's job is one of the most important jobs in the world. Basically, our society cannot survive without teachers. Again, I gave my opinion. Moving on, study and education. We can say, our world is becoming more digital, so I think I made a good choice when I chose to study computers. Once again, guys, even though it's about my situation, I still gave supporting facts and then details and then added my opinion at the end. Remember these steps, okay? All right, next, moving on to music. Here we go. Personally, I think music affects us physically, mentally, and spiritually, okay? All right, another thing, guys, you know what will happen? If you do and follow these steps, once you get to your opinion, it's gonna foster or lead to more conversation because the person listening to you will also give their opinion because you started off with details about the topic and then gave your opinion, okay? All right, now moving forward, here we go. Next, we're going to look at relationships. Here we go. Even though all relationships are important, in my opinion, the family relationship has the biggest influence on our lives, okay? And finally, goals. Here we go. Many people have told me that this is a dangerous goal, but I believe that I can do anything I put my mind to. Okay, let me explain this last part to you guys really quickly. Put my mind to just refers to whatever I focus on and whatever I make an effort to do. If I say to myself, I can learn this language, I'm going to put my mind to it, which means I'm going to give all my effort and I'm actually going to work hard toward reaching that goal. So we say in English, put my mind to, okay? All right, guys. So again, going back to my screen. So we learned this, 1, 3, 1. Now, guys, I'm telling you, if you follow these 3 steps, I guarantee your English will improve and you'll be able to speak faster because in your mind, you'll already have the correct formula. Now, don't forget, guys, I'm going to show it on the screen again. You guys can download the free PDF by clicking the link in the description below, okay? I want you guys to be able to study it so you can print it and continue studying it as well. Now, also, if you guys have not joined my Speak English with Tiffani Academy yet, the link is right here on the screen. I have tons of other lessons, and I want to help you improve your English. All of the resources there are available to my students, so go and check it out, and I hope you'll join. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.